Hey everybody, this is Stephanie Lewis from the Hillview Branch Library, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to create a paracord bracelet and a paracord keychain for our May Craft Takeout Kits. Each kit will come with about 10 feet of paracord and a clasp. There are 3 pieces to the clasp: the screw, the anchor, and the adjuster. For every 1 inch of wrist, you'll need about a foot of paracord. You can measure your wrist with the paracord. Simply mark it on there, and you can use a ruler to see how long that is, or you can simply draw that out on a piece of paper. Next, you're going to take your adjuster piece from the clasp, and you're going to use this oval hole here. You're going to take your paracord and put it through the hole, and you'll want to bring it out evenly. So you want to take your 2 end pieces and bring them together, and then have your adjuster piece be in the center. Now lay your paracord out, and you can use where you drew on the piece of paper to mark how long you need the bracelet to be. You want to bring your adjuster piece right here to the end and then measure up from there. This right here at the top of your mark will be where you want to put your anchor piece. You can always wrap it around your wrist too to see if that will be big enough as well. So line it up there. Take your anchor piece and put it underneath of these 2 base pieces of paracord. Then you're going to bring the anchor piece up and have the 2 pieces come around the bottom. And you'll kind of have to hold this until you get your first couple of knots, and then we can tape the anchor down with a clipboard or a piece of tape to hold it in place while we complete the rest of our knots. We're going to be using the cobra knot for this bracelet. For the cobra knot, we're going to start with the right side. So once you have brought your pieces around to the front, you'll lay your bracelet back out just to make sure it's measuring up. You're going to take the right piece of paracord and bring it over the 2 base pieces right here. So bring it over, and you'll want to create a little knot. And if your anchor piece won't stay down, you can go ahead and tape it now. So again, we'll take the right piece and bring that over the 2 base pieces right here. Then we'll take our left piece and bring it over top, just right here, of that right piece. So you've kind of created 2 loops here. Then after you've gone over top of that right piece, you're going to take the left piece and come up under the 2 base pieces and through, under and through the right loop. So it's going under these 2 pieces and then up through the right piece. Pull that all the way through and slowly kind of tighten that knot. Hold your anchor piece while you do this. This part can be a little bit tricky until you get your knot complete. Get it nice and snug up against that anchor piece. There you go. So to tighten it, you want to pull the sides and then push up and pull down here. Lay that back out and make sure that it's lined up with your measurement. And then we're going to start with the next knot. So basically we're going to do the same knot and we're just going to switch sides. So next we'll take the left piece, bring it over top of the 2 base pieces. Then we're going to take the right piece and bring it over top of that left one. So just like this. Then you're going to come up underneath both of the base pieces with that right piece and bring it up through the left loop. Just like that. You're going to pull to tighten this knot. And now we can kind of secure our anchor. So get that nice and tight, pull both sides, and then we're going to push the knot up and pull the base pieces down. Just like that. So we can create that nice, clean piece. And at this point, you can now tape down your anchor piece. And you're just gonna keep going back and forth between the left and the right side, creating these knots. If this little half circle loop is on the right side, you will start on the right side. If this little half circle loop is on the left side at the end, you're gonna start with the left side. So since it's on the right, we'll start with the right side. You'll bring the right piece over the 2 base pieces, then take your left piece and bring it over top of that right piece. Now, take the left piece and bring it up underneath both base pieces. These are your base pieces. And then you're going to bring it up through the knot, or I'm sorry, up through the loop on the right side. You're going to pull both sides to tighten. And then you'll pull down your base pieces while you push up your knots, just to keep it tight. The tighter it is, the cleaner and better your bracelet will look. And as you can see, the knots will switch sides. So you'll have a zigzag pattern right here through the middle. Now we ended with the loop half circle on the left side, so that's the side we're going to start with now. So bring the left piece over top of the 2 base pieces. Then take your right piece over top of that left piece. And we'll bring it below that in the 2 base pieces, and then bring it up through the left loop and all the way through. And then you'll tighten on the sides and then tighten your base. Okay. We ended with the right side loop, so we'll use the right side to keep going. So the right piece over top of the 2 base pieces, then your left piece over top of that one. Then after that, you'll take your left piece up under the 2 base pieces and then through the right loop. Tighten both sides and then tighten the base. And you can see our zigzag pattern starting to form. If at any point you mess up and you notice that the pattern doesn't look correct, you can go below and just pull out that knot you just created. So just take that last piece that you put in there and pull it out, and then you can create that knot over again. Once you get down to the end of the bracelet, you're going to want to leave a little hole. Now that's too big. Make another knot. But you'll want to leave a little bit of a hole so we can bring our ends into that hole to create a nice clean finish. This will put the ends on the inside of your bracelet where you can't see them. In there. So now the ends will be on the inside of the bracelet. At this point you can flip the bracelet over and we'll finish up the back side. So now we're going to cut our two base pieces here. You don't want to cut them too close to the hole, otherwise they'll slip back through. Just want to take them and cut them kind of short, close to the bracelet. You can cut them a little shorter than that if you'd like, but you want to pull it up just a little. So you want to get that close. And now we're going to take our lighter and just melt these pieces. We're going to melt the ends to seal them, and then we want to melt them, the end pieces, to the actual bracelet down here. And now you have a nice clean paracord bracelet. Once you've made sure that the ends have cooled, you can go ahead and put the bracelet on. There's 3 different holes here, so you can adjust the size of the paracord bracelet on your wrist if you like it a little tighter, a little looser. On one of these holes for the anchor piece, you'll see that it has threads in it. That's where your screw is going to go in, so it'll go into this one first and then screw to lock into the threaded piece. So just put it against the size hole that you'd like and screw it into place. And then you have a finished bracelet. If you don't like the bracelets or you don't wear any kind of jewelry like that, you can make 2 keychains with this kit. You can use the anchor piece and the adjuster piece to make 2 separate keychains. So what you'll do is cut your 10 foot of paracord in half, so 5 feet for each keychain, and then you'll measure it out. I suggest making your keychain about 3.5 to 4 inches long, no longer, maybe a little bit shorter if you prefer. So you'll just select the piece that you want to start with. The anchor piece, you're going to use the same hole, the oval hole. Put your paracord through, and you're going to want to put this through evenly again. So join your ends here. And you're going to use the same cobra knots, but this is going to be just a little bit different. So your piece will go down here at the bottom, and then you'll measure out your 3.5, 4 inches up, and then that's where you're going to want to start. So this one's just a little bit different. So there's no piece up here to kind of anchor your first knot. So this one, you're going to have to kind of hold it until you get those first 2 knots created and they can tighten up against each other. So we'll start with the right side and do the same as in the bracelet video. You'll take your right side over top of your 2 base pieces, then take your left piece and bring it over top of the right piece. Then you'll want to bring it up under the 2 base pieces and through the loop on the right side, up and through. And you'll kind of tighten that just a little bit. It won't fully tighten since there's nothing for it to tighten up against. So I have to kind of hold that one loose. So we started with the right side. So now we'll go with the left. So take your left piece over top of your 2 base pieces. Then take your right piece over top of that left piece and up under the 2 base pieces and through the left loop. And then you'll pull the sides to tighten. So you can tighten that knot here on both sides. And then you'll take your 2 base pieces and push the knot up and pull your base pieces down. And that'll create an anchor kind of for you. And then from here, you can just tape your adjuster piece down and keep going with your knots. Same way. Right over top of the base, then left over top of the right, up under the bases, and through the right hand loop. Pull the sides to tighten, pull your base piece down, and then push your knots up. And you'll see your cobra knots starting to form. And there you have your completed keychain. To create your keychain with the anchor clasp, you'll want to put your paracord through both holes of the anchor. Pull the paracord through evenly. And then you'll want to take your 2 base end pieces and pull them inside the hole that you've created with the paracord and the anchor. Pull them through securely, and then you'll start your knots just like you did with your last keychain. I hope you've enjoyed May's Craft Takeout program. These would make great Father's Day gifts or good crafts to do with Dad, Grandpa, or brother. Stay tuned for June's Craft Takeout.